Let's go. Okay. Right, so I still need to continue with I got some of the stuff working the way I wanted to, so I want to continue with that styling, but at the same time, I'm thinking of looking at backend integration. What do I feel like more? Backend, definitely. So I think yes. Fine, let's do that. Let's go look at integrating the Twitch API. Well, depends on which is easiest, Twitch or I think Twitch should be easiest, but let's go see. So from my understanding, actually, why am I doing that? Let's just do this Twitch API. So the other thing is I'm going to need to OAuth. Now I'm trying to avoid a scenario where my website has to get authorization every 30 days or whatever. I'm trying to avoid that, and from my understanding, that's how it works. So I don't know if it is avoidable, but let's hope that. The first part would be those are polls, predictions, authentication. That would be the first part. This is the authorization screen. Now in our case, auth code is used on mobile if I remember correctly, and this one is the one that has a secret. This is used for web apps. So you're going to have to use this flow. Client-side JavaScript app or mobile app. So they say all mobile app. Actually, this is the one. Wait, now I'm confused. But isn't this what we use for mobile apps? I'm pretty sure that's what we use for mobile apps. Because on a mobile app, it has to pop out a browser and there's no, what do you call it? There's no client secret. So or there's no secret. So the client doesn't have to give a secret like this. Oh, this one doesn't have a secret either. But why is this one so broken? I must have done something here and forgot to fix it. Is it default? No. Add. No. It is add. It's not use. I think this is now maybe broken because of a package. It's add authentication. That's normally what it is. It's not add auth. Or add authorization. Authorization. And then we should just be introducing a package. Ah, I'm an idiot. It's right in front of me. This. How does that not work? Let's add authorization. I don't know. How did I break this code now? It's not that project I'm looking at. Which one is this? OIDC test client. Okay, then it's not important. I don't give a shit about fixing that. Okay. Why did I go there though? I was looking for something. What was I looking for? Can't remember if it was a package now or what it was. Just give me a sec. Where's OBS? Here. Camera is facing correctly at least. Okay, so what was I doing in this project? I was looking for something. What was I looking for? Something to do with authorization. No, I can't remember. It was to do with the Twitch API, so I wanted to do Twitch API. Oh yes, I wanted to see what kind of authorization flow I was using. So that would be in the identity service. Data seeds. This is my client. Dot public, which is just public. Oh no, this is what I'm looking for, web. No, this is old code. I shouldn't be looking at this. That is a newer one though, surprisingly. No. But okay, so according to what they're saying, is we're going to run it on a server, so we need this. Can securely store a client secret, correct. So this is a flow we're going to use, authorization code flow. That's the endpoint, or let's do that. OAuth well-known endpoint URL, because this I always forget. Dot well-known, this is it, / OpenID config. So if we do this, oh shit, I got 2 forward slashes. 404, not found. Oh, maybe we need that. Maybe did I rip it out? Yeah, I did rip it out. There we go. So there's all the endpoints for OIDC authorization. Meaning, but we just need to provide that to our application, and then it's going to look up all the other endpoints itself. So that's going to be inside program.cs. This one is. Okay, we're going to have to add OIDC. And for that, we're going to need a package. Why can't I manage dependencies? There. Question is which package? Because you get ones for Google. It's not that one. Let's just Google it. Is this third party? Okay, so there's your authentication. There's your OIDC settings, authority. So the options is add OpenID Connect. So which package does this come from? Which package does that come from? This one. ASP.NET Core.auth. I was close. I was close, but not close, but no cigar. We're installing version 8 because we're still running .NET 8, I believe. Or did I go 9? I cannot remember now. I'll double check it in a sec. Let's install that package. .NET 8. Okay, so we did install the correct version. So now in our program.cs, we got to go services. So builder.services.add. Sorry, add open. Was it add open? OpenID Connect, yes. Unless it just needs the package. Let's see if we do this. It doesn't give me an option to import a package, which means maybe I need to manually. I don't know. Let's try it using. Is that package name? Is that even correct? I don't see that option. It's builder.services, right? .add authentication. Maybe it needs to be chained to add authentication. No, but add authentication is still going to return a builder, host, what's it called? A host builder, or whatever. So all these chaining methods always chain to the same thing. What version? Oh, this is 9. I don't know if it would be different in 8. Let's see. Same package. They don't show any using in here. No, they don't. Do they? Oh, wait. They do. None of them are used. Wait, let's just add that. Add. Oh. Nope. Still not showing up. Wait. There. Now it shows. Okay, so it has to be chained to add authentication. Interesting. So let's look at this. What does this return? Authentication builder. Okay, so it's not a host builder anymore. It chains on the service collection and not a host builder. So which one chains on host builder? Nothing. I forgot they changed it in new.net. Okay. Interesting. Didn't mean to open the file, my bad. Add authentication dot add open ID connect. Okay, now we're gonna have to provide some parameters somewhere. No, it's telling me that none of these namespaces are used because I think .NET 9 has global imports or something. Okay, so let's see. What configuration? We need authority, that I know. Client secret makes sense because we're doing a web app. This is our auth code flow. However, I believe if I want to authenticate my application through Twitch, no, I won't need to pop out an authorization screen. I'm just going to have to go configure it as the Twitch user gets some kind of a secret and then use it in here, I would think. The other setup is if you have other users using their Twitch data via your application, then you need the other type of setup. But we don't need that. Okay, so we need our authority in the add open ID, and this one uses cookie. No, but hold on. See, we don't need to authorize the actual application. We need to do backend authorization. So I think I'm going to have to build my own authorization stuff to store this. So I'm quickly going to go look at my Twitch settings on a separate window. Because there has to be a way to get a token, right? So, or client secret. We should be able, if we just go dev.twitch.tv, I think this is the right portal. Oops. Copy that. Paste over here. Then we're going to go log in with Twitch. See, this is OAuth. Now it asks me to authorize via Twitch, which I do. It takes me back to Twitch dev portal. Then we go to console. Dashboard extensions application. So I would assume you go to register application. Register, let's give it a name. This is going to be called Stevenstein site or some shit. OAuth redirect URI. Now this, still got my domains, right? Correct. But why? Oh, because I never created certificates for this. Oops. What happened? The keyboard leg just collapsed. Yeah, I never made certificates for those, meaning that it's still using the Elite Digital certificate. Yeah. So that's not going to work. But that's fine. We'll fix that in a bit. And then .com. Should have .com. Correct. They're both pointing to my server, so all of that is working. Now the redirect URL. No, but hold on. Again, this is an application to accommodate multiple users. I don't want that. Extensions are front-end experiences that allow to naturally. Confidential. Oh, that's where you choose it, confidential or public client. So that's where you make the choice. So I was right, actually. So we're going to call this Stuyvesant site. We're going to give it the URL using the .com variant / OIDC dash sign in. Oh, I've got double / now. Select a category, game integration, website integration. That's correct. This is going to be a confidential client. And do the reCAPTCHA and create. So now it should give us a token. Am I right? Nope. Didn't give us a token. How do I fix this? How do I do this? Actually, I think I might be doing it wrong. Because you need like some kind of a client secret for your OAuth application now. Maybe, wait, let's click manage. Aha, client ID. There's my client ID. Okay, but I need an ID and a secret. Why don't they give me a secret? Pass to authorization endpoint to identify your application. You cannot change your application's client ID. No, but now it created it as a public as opposed to confidential. I don't want it public. I want it confidential. Because confidential, it should give me a secret. So now I need to delete this. Why didn't it make it as public? What the hell, man? OIDC dash sign in. Category, website integration, confidential client. Unless it's the website integration, changing the, oops, can't be that. Manage. Still says public. Whenever I create it, it says it's public. Why? That's not supposed to happen. Unless it is something to do with what I'm adding there. I'm just going to add a random thing. Do that. Do I have to select a category? I think I have to select a category. It won't let me continue. What if you just choose other? Keep it on confidential. Manage. This one stayed on confidential. So it might be the category. And there's our secret. Okay. So this is the way we have to do it. We have to create the client. Okay, but... So the second part I can do off stream. Okay, so what you do, you go to dev.twitch.tv and go to your dashboard, console, whatever. Go to applications. Now I just want to delete both of these that I created. Okay, then we register a new application. We're going to call this Stuyvesant site. The URL is going to be this / OIDC dash sign in. Category, this is now where you have to change it. You say other and then keep it on confidential, and then it should now create a confidential client. Yes. Okay, now we can generate a secret. Now that I'm just doing off screen. Off stream. Are you sure you want to generate a secret? Yes. Okay, let's copy that secret. We're also going to take this off stream just to paste it into the app config. Need to remember not to open this app config on stream because it now contains sensitive info. Colon that. Okay, so we're going to call this. Actually, before I paste the key, I can demo how I make this. So I'm going to call this Twitch config. Twitch config, and instead of just a string, we're going to create an object. And then in the object, we're going to have multiple properties. The first one would be OAuth client ID, like so. The second one is OAuth client secret. Now that's the one I need to keep off stream. Come on. OAuth. OAuth client secret. That's right. Okay, now the client ID, where is it now? Over there. That one we can paste, but the other one I'm doing off screen. Oops. Where's that window now? Now I lost it. Ah, clumsy me. How do I lose a window like that? Because I've got freaking 4 Chrome windows open, that's why. Oh, it's not Chrome, moron. It's Visual Studio. There, paste and close. Now I can bring this back on because the config is not visible. Okay, then we need our options in here. Oops. Arrow basis. Okay, so O dot authority, was it? Yes, equals, and that's going to be our website. Oops. What else is there? Normally it's your authority, your client ID, your client secret, and your authorization type, if I remember correctly. Come on, fingers are doing bad things. Client ID equals, now we're first going to need to go fetch that config. What am I doing? My fingers are malfunctioning. I need a service. O dot client secret, and then there's going to be our secret. But now we need to go fetch the config that I've just put inside the JSON file. To do that, how do you do this again? So you go get. Let me think about this for a second. You go get, and you give it an object type to match your config. So we might as well do this while we add it. We're going to add a new class to map our JSON config directly to a C# class so that we can use it within our code. Okay, we're going to call this appconfig.cs. Okay. The first object it's going to have is the Twitch config thing. So Twitch config class. How do you give this an explicit name again? Oh yes, you do that when you add it as a property here. So now you go public Twitch config class, Twitch config. So now let's just get set. Oh, come on. No, man, not private. Why would you default to private, you dumb IDE? Twitch config. So now, when we map our app config, that settings we just put into that file is going to be mapped into this object. So we need to give it 2 properties, which would be our client secret and client ID. So we go public string. What did I call it? OAuth client ID. Get set, then we're going to duplicate that and call it client secret. My delete button got stuck because I spilled coffee on my keyboard. No. OAuth client secret, client ID. Okay, so now we need to map the config. How do we do this again? Sorry, this one, app config. We're going to map that class name in there, if I remember correctly. But then in here, we got to give it a parameter. I remember correctly. Do you though? No, I don't think you do. Let's test this. If we start the application now, see, it doesn't need that. Let's just comment this out in case it causes it to break. Oops. Comment that out and run the app and see what happens. Oh yeah, breakpoint. Wait, do I need a breakpoint? Yes, I do want a breakpoint. See, I'm hoping I can do this on screen without revealing too much secrets. If it's, see, it did map it by the looks of it. Twitch config class. Yep, there's our settings. Okay, so it does pull it from the config file. That is working as intended. Now, now that we've got our config, let's just use explicit types because I don't like var. So now that we've got our config, we're going to use it. Actually, we can do this. Dot wait exclamation dot Twitch config. Like so. And we take this inside this part that I commented out. We put this back. And then we're going to go client ID is twitchconfig.client ID. There we go. And twitchconfig.client secret. There we go. Okay, so now our config is being pulled from the JSON file, being mapped into our OIDC config. But I think I'm still making a mistake. This OIDC config is going to... This is going to try and log a user in when they access the website, which is not what I want. What I want to do is store the client ID and secret and have a backend service poll the Twitch API using the secret. That's kind of what I'm trying to accomplish. So, how would we do this? I've never done a API-based one. Let's see if it's possible. Background service. Stupid bot, go away. From a Windows service. Client credential flow. Does the Twitch API offer that? Yep, that's the one. But that's what I used, isn't it? Oh no, I went with this one. I was using the wrong one. So it is this one. Okay, but then how do you do it though? How to do? Aha, so your HTTP client, you just append these as headers? Is it that easy? Wait. Does it, we're looking for this variable. Where does he use it? There. Form URL encoded content. So it's like a form being posted. Headers equals, so just a header to say that it's a form. And then he adds each one of those. Okay, hold on. And then the URL he's using is whatever OIDC service you're calling into. So we're not going to need that, are we? We're not going to need any of this. We just need these three. Actually, we don't need grant type because client ID will be there. Okay, so let's see on the other side. Is this, I'm assuming this of using the token. Yes, okay, so wait. Author O, so it's a bearer token. Wait, where does this token come from? Await request token async. Where is this request method? Is this it? Request token async. So this is the request method. What? So the token it returns... Can we pretty? Yeah, let's make this pretty. I want to read this. So the... Wait, which endpoint was it? It's the token endpoint. Apparently returns a token if you give it a bunch of parameters. Token endpoint. So if I call that URL client secret post, correct. So it's a post containing the client secret, and that's, is he doing a post or a get? Send. What is send? Send async is send. Maybe it's similar to post. I know about get, put, delete, post. What else is there? Get, head, post, put, delete, connect, options, trace, patch. So where do they come with their send? What is send? Unless he specifies. Oh, there's the method. No, my bad. I missed it. So there he says it's a post. Okay. So yeah, you just post your client secret, client ID to their URL. Do I have Postman? We can actually test it with Postman before we actually write code to do this. I've got the installer for Postman. Let's install it quick. So I want to test this. I want to send my client ID and client secret and then see what it does. Oh, please don't tell me I have to sign in. Can't move the Postman window. That's stupid. Skip, go to the app. There we go. Okay, so I don't have to sign in. There we go. So what I'm going to do is add a... Come on. Oh, that's where you rename it. I forgot. A collection called... Sorry. Twitch API. We're going to add a request to this collection. And this is going to be called... Come on. This is OAuth get token, I guess. Get token with secret. Okay, the URL. Where was it? Let's close this window. I have a bad habit of opening multiple windows. This is a token endpoint. It's a token endpoint, so we're going to do that. We don't need authorization, but we do need key value pair parameters. The question is, will it automatically add the headers? Where do we see that? 60 in there. Content type. Content type. Doesn't say. So maybe once we do the post, it'll say. Let's go back here. Okay, we're going to add our parameters, which is client underscore ID and client underscore secret. Did I? Oh yeah, I typed that correctly, but hold on. I want to store the secret value for security purposes in a variable. So we're going to go, how do I add variables again? Click on the connect collection, variables, Twitch client secret. Okay, just taking this off screen quick. Same with this, so I can get the secret from its config. Oh god, now I've got 20 windows open again. Which one was it? Ah, curse me with my bad habits. There, no, it's not that window. I got myself confused again. Oh, yeah, Postman, my bad. Okay, paste that over there. Just the secret. The ID can be shown, that I don't mind. Save and then go back to this. Okay, so now if we do this, we can reference that. It shows it on stream. That's not very smart, not very secure. Stupid Postman. Okay, so the client ID, where is my config now? Visual Studio. Oh, it's because the windows are so tiny as well when they come from the other monitor. All the windows are so tiny. Okay, so there's our ID, there's our secret as parameters. Form, wait. It is they use URL encoded, right? Over here. Yeah, they used form URL encoded. Oh wait, did I put these things in the wrong? It automatically adds them as keys, doesn't it? Let's send. See what it does. Page not found. What did I mess up here? Because it adds them as parameters, so it doesn't like that very much. Let's try something quick. That should give us method not allowed. No, it says page not found. So then Twitch. It's not that it's lying, is it? Maybe it needs... I'm an idiot. First, I need to change to post. And secondly, my thinking is it's probably going to be JSON. If it's an API, right? It's probably JSON. I don't think that'll be... I don't know. I'm curious. Let's just leave it empty for now. Can we disable these? Yes. Just want to see if I can get some kind of a response. There we go. 400 missing client ID. Okay, so add that. Okay, so it doesn't like it there. No, man. I'm an idiot. The actual client ID needs to go there. And then... body. But that added it as headers. We'll see now, though. If it doesn't allow it here, we'll go try adding them as headers. The question is, can I reference variables in here? I bet I can't. Shit. No. Maybe you can. I just don't know how. Unless, hold on. This is query parameters. Yes, so this is always URL based. That's what I'm wondering now. Do I need to even use it? Okay, I'm taking it off stream quick just so I can paste the client secret myself. For security purposes. Copy that. Where's the client ID now? Client ID. There. What does it do? What does it do? Invalid grant type. Okay, so you need to supply grant type. So I'm assuming the parameter name is just grant underscore type. Grant underscore type. And that's going to be authorization code, if I remember correctly. Where's our app? Let's do this. Firstly, close the config so we don't show the secret. Grant type? No, it doesn't have grant type. Where do you put grant types? Inside. Where's our other project? I think I closed it. Yeah, I closed it. Let's reopen it quick. Was it this one? Yes, 2024. That's the one. Okay. So in here somewhere, it's not client. Is it client types? It's not this, is it? I'm looking at the wrong thing, I think. No, I'm not. Seed clients. I'm pretty sure you could set your grant type in here. Or is it client grant? What type does this return? New, open, yada, yada, yada. Entity framework core application. That's a weird type. No, this is bad code. This is old code. Let's do the following. I had another one. This, if I remember correctly. Also just going to take this off stream. Did I take the wrong one off now? Yes. This one can go back. Is it grant type seeding? Grant type authorization underscore code is what it's looking for. So I'm going to paste that there. Missing code. What freaking code? Where's that other example they showed? The one on Stack Overflow. See, these three should be the only ones you need. Missing code. Let's Google Twitch specific. Maybe they got some code examples. I should have. This is actually the exact same page I have open here. I could have just probably read further. No, it's not the same page. This one specifically shows is you authorized. Let's search for this. / token. Client ID, client secret grant type. To get an access token, send a post request to whatever. Set the following form URL as appropriate for your app. So where's my postman? I think I need to tell it. You see, because I was sending it as JSON. Shit, that I now wipe that out. No, I didn't. Let's just do this quick. Open Notepad. Other screen. Paste. Let's change this to form URL encoded, because it could be that one of the characters inside the actual string broke it because it wasn't encoded. That could be what happened. So I'm just swapping it over, putting the parameters back in. So we've got our client ID, client secret, and authorize it. Wait, grant type. Sorry, grant underscore type. I just need to copy the values over. As much as I'd like to do this on stream, it's personal tokens that I cannot show, unfortunately. Still says missing code. But why? Content type, URL encoded is set correctly. I don't know what I need to do to get it to work with the code, because this one doesn't show anything about a code, does it? Client ID, client secret, grant type, client. This is client credentials, grant type. Do they give you the exact name to use up here? That could be why, because I use authorization code. I forgot I have to use this one. If your app uses a server, can securely store a client secret and can make server-to-server requests to the Twitch API. So this is what I need to use. You go to token, client secret, grant type. Must be set. Okay. So that's what we need. Grant type, client credentials. Boom. There's my response. Got my token. Got an expiry time and token type. Perfect. So there's my token. Now I can use this token to call the Twitch API. The question is, how long does it live? Wait, let's go back here. Client credential. It returns an access token, but they don't tell you how long it lives. I'm assuming it's indefinite because it would need to be if it's a server-to-server application, right? Users flow if your app uses a server. Can securely store client secret and can make server-to-server requests to the Twitch API. This flow is meant for apps that only need an app access token. I'm pretty sure this doesn't expire. I would think it shouldn't, right? Because that's why you go set it up in Twitch. I still got coffee. Yay. Okay. But yeah, so far we're looking good. So okay. Our grant type was the only other thing. Okay, but that, I keep forgetting we don't need this, which means we also don't need that first piece. This. Did I hit the wrong button? Control V. And keep this together and just comment it out. We do need our secret, so we do need the config, but we don't need it here. We should be able to inject it in the app. But there was another piece of code I need to look at. Some of my older code. It's not this one. Where I inject my config. It might be this one. It's just a little piece of code I wrote that I want to copy over instead of rewriting. I can't even remember it, to be honest, even if I needed to rewrite it. I think it's in here. Is it this one? Yes, this is the one. Builder.config.get section. Then you give it the name of the section and the type to map it to. Oh no, that's not the part we need. This is the part we need, is it? This one just fetches a JSON file. Correct, add JSON file. So it fetches the JSON file and injects it into the config, which we don't need to do. We've already got a config. Here we map it to an object. There's more to it than that though. Pages. We don't have pages here. Areas over there. I want to check something. I want to see if I actually utilize that object, the options. No, I don't. I don't use it here either. So where do I actually use the config? Only in the program. It looks that way. I just don't know if this, I can't remember if this was the right way of doing it, because there's a way of injecting the config class and then you can just request it in your constructor, like dependency injection, but I can't remember how to do that. But I shouldn't have to worry about that. For now, I can just query my keys manually from the config, which means that we're going to need a separate project, because this is a website. We need a service that runs in the background and constantly queries the Twitch API, stores the information, and then the website will then pull and show that information. Can't we have the website read? No, it's a very bad idea. Websites aren't supposed to behave that way. Okay, fine. So we're going to add a worker service. So we're going to add new project. And we're going to search for worker service. What's the difference? Oh, that one's F#. We don't want to go F#. We want to go C#. Diamondstein. Twitch. Folder. So this is going to poll there. The folder we want to add it to. Is it this one? I think it's that folder. .NET 8 is fine. We don't need anything else here. Yes. Okay, so now we've got a background service running, which is going to do the querying. Let's collapse this project. There's the worker. There's the registration of it. Let's just look at this worker. It inherits from background service and has an execute method. See, it doesn't need to be async, I believe. What's with my butterfingers? Doesn't like this very much. Unless I got it wrong. Hold on. I don't want to start async. I want to start synchronously. That's still async. No, it's not. Wait. I'm confused now. Okay, fine. We'll just stick to async for now. Doesn't look like you can do this synchronously. So go back to task, execute, async. There. What? Oh, I don't need this. You can just do it like that. I forgot because it's technically a void. Okay, so when this thing runs, it's going to, we now need to move this config file. What I'm going to do is add a new config here, copy those things from the config file over, and does it have one already actually? Yes, it does. Okay. Let's do this off screen because it's sensitive. Is our logging, comma, Twitch config. Okay, then we close the file, close this file, and then I can bring it back. Okay. Where's my worker? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong project. There it is. Okay, so we need to go configuration, because what this is going to do is inject an object into our class over here that basically has all these, oh shit, did I just open that on stream? That has all those settings mapped. Eesh, compromise my security. At least I can regenerate the secret. I should do that now, but it's okay. I trust whoever's watching. Need to duplicate this actually. Add underscore for, oh shit, for good naming convention. And then we're going to go underscore config equals configuration. So the parameter that's being passed through the constructor is now being assigned to a local variable, which is our config. And then in here, we are going to need the config dot, is it get key? What? Is it get key? Is it just get? We could actually go get section. Aha, hold on a second. Where's that object of ours? We're going to need to move that over as well. This one, app config. I'm gonna move that over into this. While we at it, I probably need to fix the namespace. Yeah, that's an ugly namespace. Dot. Just so it looks a bit better. Assembly name is going to be the same. Save that. And now we are going to replace the namespaces over here. This one shouldn't have a namespace. It actually does. Well, it has a using for a namespace for the worker. So replace that. And then we replace this one's namespace. Where were we? Inside our worker. Okay. So if we go get section, actually, that's a string and then dot get with a type. Now the type is going to be app config. Come on. No. Is this going to work though? It might. Let's try this. Twitch config. Okay, so if the section gets read correctly, we're gonna see it mapped in there immediately. So we're gonna test it by just starting up the application, putting up a breakpoint over there, and setting this as the startup project, and then we hit run. F10 to step over. Nothing broke. It seems to have a config up. There we go. Our variables are stored there. Okay, so the config thing works. So now inside our actual worker, let's do the following. Instead of storing config, we're going to store the Twitch config. So we're going to do this. Twitch config equals configuration dot get section dot whatever. Oh no, didn't mean to do that. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. So now we map the Twitch config. So now we can just go Twitch config dot client secret. Now I hit Control C instead of Control V. Twitch config. There we go. Client secret, client ID. There's our parameters. So it's accessible to us now inside the execute. Right, so next step would be to actually call the Twitch API, get our token, use the token to get channel information, pretty much. Wait, I think that window's still this side. Yeah, here it is. Okay, but wait. Before we now read up more on the Twitch API, let's actually quickly build a little HTTP client. Shall we call it that? Or no, I'll just write code manually and move it into a HTTP client later. Or web client. I can't remember which one's the newer one. I think it's web client. Outdated. So it's HTTP client. My bad. Archaic methods. Actually, you can just do using, isn't it? Is this disposable? Is this a disposable? That is disposed when this instance is disposed. No. It's not explicitly flagged as disposable, but it does have disposable things. Oh, wait, there. Message invoker. That might actually be disposable. It's a disposable. Okay, yes. So we do want to use it in the using statement. just to make sure we do good memory management. So we're going to do this using HTTP client, and then inside here we do our call. So the base address is going to be Twitch's thingamabob. It was this one, right? So I'm just going to copy everything else, and then in your actual API call, I think you just put that token piece there, then it should fix it. So the base address is going to be that. What? Oh, it doesn't like that because I think I need to go new URI. What? Doesn't like that either? Oh, no. It's happy with that. Okay, so the base address. Trying to think now, what headers do I need to set? I only need, where's that postman call now? Oh, but this had sensitive stuff. Let's just wipe out the client secrets here, then we should be safe. Okay, client secret wiped out. So what I did in Postman was I told it that it's form URL encoded, and then you give it the 3 parameters you need, which is your ID, your secret, and your grant type. It then gives you a response with your token. I'm an idiot. Earlier I was wondering if it expires. There's the expiry time. Let's do this quickly. What do you call this again? Epoch, that's the name. So epoch. I think this is the epoch number. Okay, but this is a small number, so where does it measure it like? Unless this is actually, wait. Let's go read on the Twitch API what they say. Was it this page? Yes. Client credential. Here they show you. They don't tell you what the expiry is. Because it could just be seconds, like X amount of seconds. I don't know. How do you know how to work out the expiry time? I very much doubt it's going to be anytime soon, so I'm not going to bother with that. Basically, we need to pass these parameters into the Twitch API as URL parameters, and then we're going to have to set one header for that. This one. What is it called? Content-type, if I remember correctly. Content type. Just copy it from Postman. Yeah, content-type. Oops. You're gonna have a content type, and then how do you add form content? Oh, that you do when you do the actual post. So once you post, you need to give it a body. You don't need anything else. Post response. And we're going to await this because this is async. Post async. First parameter we need is the URI. So we've already given a base address, and now we're just going to go /token. Second parameter is the actual content. Now this is This is what I do not know how to do yet. So I'm going to have to figure that part out. I actually have done it before. I just cannot remember. .NET HTTP client. Default headers. New string content. And then you give it a comma separate. Wait. That says it's JSON. Okay, but this is if we're sending it as JSON, which we're not. We're sending it as form content. So I wonder if there's a similar class called form content. I'm pretty sure that would be the one. Question is, how do you construct it? How's this one constructed? It's just given a string in the constructor. Does this one's constructor? Ha! New list. So we're going to create a list of... But can't you... There's a... hold on. There's another way to do this. If we do just new whatever, and then we go new key value pair. Key value pair. String. Am I doing this right? No, that's not right. So I think I need... my delete button gets stuck and it deletes too many times. That's scary. I think I need to do it like this. And then... like that. No, that's not right. How do you do new key value pair again? Tac. Var kvp equals... So that works. And it resolves to a key value pair. So that is right. Maybe I just need to specify the type. A new list of key value pairs. A new list of... why you do the C#. New list of key value pairs. There, that fixes it, I think. Yes, okay. So since this is now getting really nasty, what we're going to do... Why am I pressing the wrong buttons all the time? I'm so clumsy tonight. I'm going to rip all of this out and just add it on a new line. Indent it a bit and moving this into a new line as well. Just so it looks a bit neater. Okay, because we're going to need to add multiple of these. 1, 2, 3. Which is going to contain these parameters. Wait, it was here. Client ID. Client secret. And grant type. Like so. Client credentials. Client secret and client ID, I mean, and then the secret I'm just going to do off screen again. This one. I'm an idiot. I don't have to paste it. I just go Twitch config dot whatever dot OIDC client ID. There we are. Okay. So there's our ID, our secret, and our grant type. So if we do an HTTP call like this, we can get rid of this thingamabob here. Then we've got our response. Where does this end now? Damn it. Let's just format. It looks ugly as hell. Format document. That didn't change anything. I still can't see where I am. That's the form URL thing. And then the post closes over there. So we can, after the post, we're going to go if post response is not null, which is fine. It shouldn't be. Why would it treat it as a nullable type? Because either it fails. What exceptions can it throw? Invalid op HTTP. So we should actually be wrapping this in a try catch. But it's fine. I'll do decent error handling later. Right now, I just want to get it working. Okay, so if our response is not null, then if our response.is success. So that's, in other words, if it returns a HTTP code 200, like what it does here. If it returns a 200 OK, that means it's successful. If it's a 400, bad request, 404, page not found, 500, server-side error, is a whole bunch of codes. But anyway, we're looking for success. So if our HTTP call is a success, we now need to read its content. So how do you do this again? Read content equals post response.content.read. Is it read a string async? I would assume so. What does this object contain? Access token, expires in, and token type. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to replicate that Twitch response as another class. Someone just added in the root folder again. Wait. Is this even the right project? No, it's this one. This project. I'm going to call this the Twitch token response model. Why is it internal? Why you do this? Okay, so the first thing is a string called, oops, my bad. Where's Postman now? Oh, here. It's a string called access token. Second one is called expires in. Now this one's a number. I don't think that's an int though. It's a max value of an int. 65. No, it's not. Int 32. So it's, I can't remember now. I think it's something like 4 billion. So we go 256. Wait, int 32 is 4 bytes. So 256 times 256 times 256. Yeah, it's like 4 billion, 4.2 billion. So no, that number won't bother. So we can use an int. Public int expires in, right? Yes. And the last one is called token type. Oops. Where was I busy now? Worker. So now we're going to go read that content as a string. Now we need to deserialize. So I'm pretty sure it's just JSON convert dot, no, is it converter? No, it's just JSON convert dot deserialize. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's just JSON convert, or wait. Pretty sure it's JSON convert. But let's try converter. Maybe they changed it. I doubt it though. Nope. How does this work again? This is our JSON string. Oh, JSON serializer dot serialize. Why does my memory say JSON convert? They must have changed it. JSON convert. We still use it at work, man. JSON convert. So this must be a new one. Okay, wait. We wanna serialize. No. I forgot what the difference between serialization and deserialization is. Serialization versus deserialization. Serialize, it creates an object. No, it turns the object into a string. So we want to deserialize, if I remember correctly. There we go. And the type, come on, is going to be the Twitch token response model. No, man, red. Is there a bug on me? What's tickling my head? Must have been my hair. I see a bug, it's going to get doom in its face. Red content. Okay. So we post to the Twitch API. If it's successful, we read the content. We then take that content and deserialize it. Why doesn't it like this? Is it nullable? Oh, because it's await. I'm an idiot. I need to await that. Also, make it explicit type. There we go. Now it's happy. So then we convert it into an object. So when we inspect that object, we should now see something similar to what we saw in Postman. So we're going to see a response similar to this. And it's going to be mapped to a C# object. So now we can actually use that object. Like say we've deserialized it. Now we can go JSON object dot access token or whatever. Access token or expire time if we want to calculate. So that's the idea. Let's see if it works. Let's start at the top. We're gonna start at this piece over here. I just hope I've got everything correct. We'll see. We'll see. So we're gonna start at the top here. See if our program succeeds. Fair enough. Okay, so I shouldn't explicitly set the header if I'm telling it what header type via this. So that makes sense. I don't have to do that. Okay. My bad. I'm still new, still learning. No, I'm kidding. I'm not new. I just haven't worked with this platform in a while. There we go. So now, do we get a success response? Not found, because I probably got the URL wrong. Not headers. We want to see Twitch TV, so it's missing the OAuth piece. Why? Did I miss the OAuth piece? No, I put it there. Maybe I need to put a /, I think. Maybe. Let's try that. I don't know if it's the absence of the / that was causing an issue, but let's try it. Still 404. Not found. Twitch TV / token. You see, I think it ignores. I need to move this over there. Might as well rip that out. I think it should resolve it itself. So the base URL, you can't have, what do you call it? What do you call the second part? I can't remember. But the second part of the URL, you can't have that. You need to have the base only, I would think. Let's see if it's successful now. 200. Now we've got a successful response. So now we read and convert. There's our JSON object. There we go. There's our token. There's our expiry time. There's our token type. So now I've got that mapped into a C# class. Now I can actually use this Twitch token to call their API and retrieve information about my channel. So let's go back to, let's close some pages here because goddamn. Okay, so we're happy with authentication. Let's go take a look at what else there is. Events up, chat and chatbots. So I could pull chat information via the API. Hello, how do I collapse? I guess I can't. PubSub, video broadcast, Twitch CLI. What is this? Command line interface for managing Twitch resources. You can execute commands in a terminal window or a script. Huh. Interesting. But that's not what we're interested in. Authentication, organizations. We don't do organizational stuff. Embedding Twitch. Ah, of course. I've seen people do this. Embed like a little viewer of themselves on their website. I wonder if I should do this. Embed everything. Both the video player and Twitch chat for live. What? So you can even integrate chats on your website. That's fucking cool. Also includes functionality for follow, subscribe, and login. That is actually fucking cool. I don't know you could do that. This is just chat. Just the video player. I mean, shit. It's like, is it worth having everything embedded on the site? I wonder. I think it might be if I'm live. So if I can poll whether I'm live or not and selectively show or hide the element containing all of this based on whether I'm live. So i.e. the moment I go live and you refresh the website, a new element appears on the page and this actually contains my entire video stream and everything. I'm thinking of doing that. That's pretty cool, but not now. I'll keep that in mind. Let's actually, where's my notepad? Let me write that down. I want to do these things on the website. So where's my website notepad? No, I must not have saved it. Oh wait, there. Okay, got it. So we want Twitch viewer, conditional Twitch viewer on website based on live status. Okay, so that's one feature we want from Twitch. This is extensions, so I'm not building extensions, at least not yet. Maybe in the future one day. Insights and analytics. This is more what I'm looking for. Channel related insights and analytics. Data-driven decisions about yada yada yada. No, that's more like Twitch analytics, not channel analytics. Where do I see my own channel? Maybe it's under here. Twitch API. Starting a raid, getting a goal, running a poll. So this can all be done via the API. Getting videos. Okay, so I can pull my videos. So I can pull my clips. Let's see. You need to give it the URL. So how do I get a list? Get video by ID, getting a whole list of videos. Get videos API. The API lets you get videos by ID, by broadcaster, or by game. So by broadcaster would be me. So I would need... so you just go /Stivenstein. But I would want to pull the whole list as opposed to one by one. Set the user ID. Why does it have this Helix? Maybe that's not actually a channel name. I don't think it is. That's just the API endpoint. Helix videos user ID. Let's test this. Oh, but how do I get my user ID? Let's just keep that highlighted. I'm going to read a bit more up here. Streams, yada, yada, yada. So you can actually delete via the API. It's pretty powerful. Got to be careful with that. Ah. /channels. And you just give the broadcaster ID. So how do you get the broadcaster ID? That's what I got to figure out now. Let's go to... Would it be under my... Wait, maybe it's under that same dev dashboard. Let's do the following. How do I see my broadcaster ID? Probably takes you to the regular Twitch account settings, I would think. It does seem to, but how do I get my broadcaster ID? Okay, so I need to use that same token that I just got and use it against the user's endpoint. So the user's endpoint... God damn, let's just search here. Get information about one or more users using their user ID, login name, or both. /users. So I wonder if login means username, i.e. my... I would assume so, right? Because that's the same thing. God, whose stream was that? I'm looking at someone's stream and it's like super loud. What was that? Where is that? Oh, here. Oh, it's Chaotic Queen. Okay, so let's try this. So this is a get, which means it requires no authentication. So we're going to duplicate this request. We're going to call it get users. /users, right? If I remember correctly. Yeah. Okay, so in this case, we use URL parameters. So we are removing these. And instead, oh, we're saying none. And then we're going to params, changing this one. Oh, come on. Why won't it let me double click? Are you serious? Oh, there. Now it works. Weird behavior. We don't care about this one. How do I delete it? There. Let's see if this works. Unauthorized, so I do need my token. I'm just taking this off screen again. Same with this, because I need to copy my secret. And it's very secret. Where's Postman now? There. Send. It gives me a token. Okay, so then what we do is we go authorization, bearer token, and we paste that. So that should now work. Nope, client ID missing. Do I really need to supply it? Hold on. Required? No. So none of them are required. But it says it wants... Wait, what did it say it wants? Client ID. What do I need to do? Add that as a header? Or is it just another parameter I pass through? Maybe, hold on. Maybe it's... Where's that other response? Let me just take this off screen again quick. No, it doesn't give me any other client ID or anything. Maybe I just need to add it then. How do you add the access token? That's what I'm curious about. How do I add the client ID though? You don't specify the request returns information about the user in the access token. Which means, wait, where's Postman now? Go back to this one. Oops. So, wait, where was this? I don't need to supply that. But it still says client ID missing. Where do I need to add it though? That's the thing. Oh, you know what? I didn't clear the body, did I? I did. There's our bearer token. I don't know how to add the client ID. Does it need to be a URL parameter? Or does it need to be... This is a test. Yeah, it adds it as a URL parameter. So let's quickly copy the client ID. Where's that application? I can't see why you'd need the client ID if you used it to get the token. That's kind of silly, but okay. Does that work? Nope, doesn't like it there. What if we do this again, maybe? Oh, there it is. Where's my secret train? Let's try sending it as a URL encoded thing. I don't know if that's going to help. Let me disable that one. Aha, something happened. The request could not be satisfied. 403. That means I'm not authorized. Still a 403. A 403 is unauthorized, I believe. Forbidden. But if I omit the client ID, then it tells me it needs a client ID. Unless I need to pass it some other way. I did try parameters. That didn't work. It wouldn't be JSON, would it? No. Why? Let's Google. Resort to Google. If it doesn't work as we think it should, then we Google. Ah, why am I typing so bad? This is just the reference all over again, so we can close this. We got forum posts. Neither a user ID nor login that I've seen, but he's not having the same problem I am. So this guy's token is missing. I know how to fix that. I just don't know about the client ID. Client ID is missing. Let's Google that. The post to exchange a code for a token, which is what I did. Send the user to Twitch. You're doing this. User accept account link. No. This guy uses a different type of flow, but still, you get the token. You should now have a response with the token. Call users with your client ID and access token. So it does say you have to do it like that. This is an example, I think. One page example in PHP covers this flow. Template which generates the URL is the code to token exchange. Is token storage into session. This is a user call. So step 6, line 85. Where's that code now? Line 85, he said. So he just sets it. Where does he read it again? He doesn't, but I saw something here. Bearer. He gets a token. So it's a header. So it just adds it as a header. Client ID header. But didn't I try that? I'm pretty sure I tried that, didn't I? So I'm going to say none again. Maybe I didn't try that. Client dash ID. And then, where did I copy it? Oh man, it was up here. Params. There's our client ID and our header. Does this work? ID or login query is unless the request uses a user access token. But it does. There's an access token. Bad requests. ID or login query param is required unless the request uses a user access token, which it is using. So why does it not allow me to do it without the login? So that pulls my channel info, but it should allow me to do this. It's like it's telling me the token isn't allowed. Return transfer set option header client ID. That's the only 2 headers he sets. It's funny. Oh well, it only works if I set the login, but at least now it works. Now let's see. So it only gets your viewer count. It doesn't get your follower count and stuff like that. There's my ID. How would you... there's a profile image URL. But yeah, I'm curious, how would you get the follower count and stuff like that? Because it's now getting some of our channel info. Where was that reference? Let's get users. Let's see what channel API calls it has. Get channel stream schedule, get channel calendar, update, create, update, delete, search channels. Can you search for a single? Gets the channel that matches specified query and have streamed content within the past 6 months. Yada, 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 yada. Search channels. After. Okay, hold on. Let's read again. Login name. Live only query parameter is set to. String is angel of death. It matches all names that begin with angel of death. However, if the query string is a phrase like angel of death, it matches to names starting with angel of death or names starting with angel underscore of death. By default, the results include both live and offline channels. To get only live channels, do that. But number of items to return per page, the URI encoded search string. So you just give it the name and it searches for that. Okay. Let's take that over there quick so I can duplicate this. Duplicate. And we're going to call this one get. Wait, where was it now? Search channels. Is it? Was it the search channel one? Search. No, this is search categories. I was looking at the wrong one. There's search channels. But it has the same. Yeah. Okay, so search channel. Okay, the URL is search channels / search / channels. We don't care about these. We probably need the headers to remain the same. Probably don't need a body. Then we just need to supply the query, which needs to be URL encoded, I would think. My guess is it also needs to be a parameter, a header. Wait. No, wait. That actually needs to be a, come on, a query string parameter. Why can you not double click? Okay. Query. Yes, we're querying the same parameter. We don't need to supply that. Those are all optional parameters. This is the only required parameter, so that's fine. What does it do? What does it do? Unauthorized. Client ID missing. But I fixed that. I didn't save it after I fixed it, did I? I bet I did not. Can I copy this header? Like an easy way to copy? I guess not. Let's just copy the value. Go headers. We're going to add a new one. Hello. There. Client underscore ID. And paste the value. How is it still missing? Can't be missing. I'm confused. API Twitch TV Helix search channels. So that is all correct. We've got a query thing. We've got our bearer token set there, which means the client ID is supplied. Or is it dash ID? I think, that's my mistake. My mistake. It's a dash. There we go. Okay, so there. What? Who the fuck is this? Because it sure as hell isn't me. Stevenstein. Wait, no, that's very different than what I queried. Stevenstein Franco. Stumpenstein. How does it get all these fucking weird names? No, there's only one Stevenstein. How does it get all these weird ass names? There's me. Why does it get all these weird names? It's like the... Can't you give it a parameter to tell it to search for something else? Where the hell is it getting all these weird... I don't even know, like... There'd be people remotely using similar names, but true as God there are. Is there a way I can tell this thing to be more explicit? Let's see what they say. How's it, Techno Ninja? It's going good, thanks. Yourself? I'm playing with the Twitch API, trying to figure out some stuff, but it's not doing what I was expecting it to do. There was search channels. Must match the query string. The comparison is case insensitive. If the query string is angel of death, yada, 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 the phrase like angel space of matches to name starting with, or name starting with that. Live and offline channels. To get only live channels, set live only query parameter to true. How the hell? No, this is just page size. I wonder why it's getting me all those weird names. No, nothing about coding looks complicated. It is at first, I guess, but eventually when you get used to it, it's actually pretty easy. It becomes like a muscle memory language. You just type and you remember stuff sometimes. But yeah, it's fun. I love coding. So this is, for example, now on Twitch's documentation. So they show you how to do the API calls. And what I'm doing here is I'm pretty much calling that same API, and then it's retrieving channel info. So what I'm trying to do is search for my channel. So search for Stevenstein, but now it's returning all these weird names. Stevenstein Burger and a whole bunch of other shit. But what I'm actually looking for, which I don't see in here, is the follower count and stuff like that. I don't see that there. So I don't think you can get this. Let's see, where's my one? This is me. Is live, tag IDs, tags. So it remembers your tags. Interesting. Title started at. It shows you, what is this started at? Is this when I started streaming? That's today's date. Probably because I'm still busy streaming. No, 18. This is weird. I think it was 2054, so there's probably like a 2-hour difference in their time zone and ours. What's this? Bitwarden. Just came to say hi and check out what you're up to. Oh, okay. Cool. Are you still... Oh, you finished streaming, I assume, because I was rated R2 Chaotic Queen. I think that was probably your stream. But yeah, so the only thing is I'm trying to retrieve like my follower count and stuff like that via this API, but it doesn't show it. Unless there's something else you need to use to get that. So search channels. What if you just search for followers? Get followed stream. Follower, the word follower, get channel. Oh, okay, so you can get channel followers. So there's a separate call for that. You give it the user ID, which would be... Is it this one? That. So I need that. I'm just going to make a note of this. Here's my notepad. I'm going to make a note of that. My user ID. And then we're going to duplicate this and call it get followers. Let's just make sure that header we added is there. Yes, it is. I renamed the wrong one. Moron. Let's just rename this one back then. Getting tired, so probably gonna hop off soon. No worries. Can play some Dota tomorrow. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I want to do some WoW as well. I want to try and get to level 20. But yeah, cool, man. Good night. Sleep tight. Okay, so we've duplicated it. We can probably get rid of query because we're now replacing it with user ID. So user ID, and then I copy this. Now it should get all my followers, I would think. Missing required parameters. Oh, bro. Oh. Use this parameter to see whether the user follows this broadcaster if specified. It's not a required one. This is the only required one. So I was actually wrong. I just need that broadcaster ID. Still not working? Missing required parameter query. Because I'm on the wrong one, am I not? No, I just never copied the URL. That's my mistake. Yeah, of course, you'll get level 20 eventually. Yeah, it's just a matter of keep going. But yeah, good night, man. Have a good rest. That's what I was doing wrong. So it's /channels/followers. So rip out that. Like so. I think this one should work. Total 80. Okay, so it doesn't give you the info, but it does give you the count. Okay, so there's my follower count. So that does work. So you're going to need to combine search channel, get followers. What does get user give us again? Just gives us the ID, which is a one-time thing. Once we store that ID, we never need to call it again. Then we only make use of get followers and search channel. Oh no, wait, we don't need search channel because it just doesn't return anything useful. Oh, it does return the is live flag, so this is how we could write a conditional video player. If the is live flag is true, then the website shows the video player, otherwise it does not. Something like that. What else would we need? See, game ID and stuff like that could help. Let's find my actual one. Here. So game ID should have something because I was streaming. Why do I not see game ID? Oh, there, game name, software there, game ID. Okay, so I do have this. So using this, actually we just need the game name. You can show what was last streamed. Is live true? Oh, naturally, because I'm live right now. Duh. I don't care about tags really. The title could be useful. But okay, yeah, so it does look like we are going to make use of this. So we get follower count. What else can we get via this? If we do the embedded player, we might not need to do a whole lot of stuff on our own. Let's actually see what else you can do. Start a commercial, get ad schedule, snooze next ad, get channel information. I didn't see this one, did I? No, I didn't. See, because I went channel search. So I can actually change it. Hold on, that's how you fix this. Okay, so instead of searching for channels, you're just going to do that. You're not going to query. You're going to give it a broadcast ID. So you're going to copy it from here. Paste it. Paste that. Okay, so this should in theory now just give us my channel info. There we go. Problem solved. Delay 0. But it still doesn't give me my follower count, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to use them separately. Get followers, search channel. Let's go look at that get follower one again. Where was it now? Here. Gets a list of users that follow the specified broadcast. So you can also use this endpoint to see whether a specific user follows a broadcaster. So we gave it this. But if you omit this, maximum number of items to return per page. Yeah, but that's just size. From my understanding, it should already return sub information /channels /followers. Let's just double check that we're doing it right. Yes, and there's a broadcaster ID. What the hell just happened? Did OBS bug out again? Still seems to be broadcasting. It should be good. Seems that way, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Why would it not give me follower information in the data thingamabob? It's supposed to, isn't it? We've got our header with our authorization code. I'm just going to call the auth one again off screen. I don't know if that token might have expired. Just want to get a new token. Copy that token. Go back to this. Paste. Okay. So we know the token is fresh. We've got a broadcaster ID, which is required. And that's all you should need. And then the client ID naturally. But then if you call this, it should be giving follower information according to what they're saying. Maybe it only works with affiliate, which would make sense. It's like a trust setup. Cheap Noodle, hello. How are you? Welcome in. But okay, so we got that to work. We got that to work. So now see what we can do is we can store the token in a DB and then just query this information on request. But I don't really want to do that. I think it's better to have the service poll this, store it in DB as well, and then just poll it like every 15 minutes, then show it. New here, what are you working on? Thank you for the follow. I'm working on, so basically I'm building a website for my Twitch channel, and I'm using C# and .NET, which is, where did I put that thing now? This one. Just want to close this. There's some sensitive info in here, but it's basically just a website like this. Now what I'm building is two things. One is the website. The second one would be this over here. It's a service that's going to run and pull information from Twitch. So it's going to pull information about my channel. It's going to store that information in a DB, and then the website is going to display that information. So that's pretty much what I'm building here. So I've already started, like, if I start up the website, it's still like, it's not something, I wouldn't call it a website yet. It's just like a web demo, if I can call it that. But I've started doing some basic styling and stuff on it. And then I'm then going to have to start writing code to actually show my Twitch info. If I could, I'll ideally want to pull my YouTube info and stuff like that as well. But first we're going to try with Twitch. Now it opens on my wrong monitor. Let's move this window over here. Yeah, so basically this is just like a web thing I started building. I'm going to integrate a Discord widget. I was thinking of a Twitter widget, but the Twitter widget was giving me issues, and the rest is obviously still being developed. That's why it looks like shit at the moment. But yeah, this website's going to be like a public page for my Twitch channel and my social media content and whatever. But currently I'm working on the Polar, which is the background service that's going to be querying Twitch information to show on the website. That's what I'm working on right now. So I've already succeeded. I don't know if you're a developer, if you're familiar with some of the tools, but I'm using Postman to actually query the Twitch API, pull some information from there. As you can see, I'm pulling from api.twitch.tv. And then that information I'm going to then need to store in a database. And that part is the next part I'm going to work on. But before we continue, oh, we did test this and it did work. Yes, I'm happy with this. We are going to rip it out though. This whole using statement. Let's comment it out for now. We actually need this piece of code because this is your seek term or whatever. If cancellation is requested, logger is enabled, information, then it just logs an entry that says it needs to log something. So all I'm going to do here is just add a comment to say that I still need to build in shutdown logic. Wait, you get seek term and seek kill. So implement terminate logic like that. Okay. It's awesome. You're also a developer. Okay, cool. What do you code? I'm big on C#, and then obviously all the web frameworks, but I learned on Python. I did PHP for many years, and I also do quite a bit of C++ for embedded stuff like Arduinos and things like that. But I haven't really worked with other stuff like React and Angular and these kind of things. They're quite foreign to me. I know they're JavaScript frameworks, know a lot about them, but I've never worked with them, so I don't know them that well. I'm a hardcore C# fan. Okay, so let's go back in our worker. Did I just see a bug running across my table? I think I did. Stupid bugs. Right, so in order to get the DB thing up and running, we're going to need a entity framework DB. So let's go ahead and create those. We're going to add a folder, call it data. Add a class. Polar context. That's gonna inherit from a entity framework DB context, which won't exist yet because we're gonna need a package for that. And it's DB context, but let's see if the autocomplete can find the package for us. Yes, it can. Install package. There we go. Is that the right one? I'm suspicious of it now. It looks like, but normally it's ASP.NET Core.Entity Framework. I don't trust this one. Oh no, it's Entity Framework Core, so that is actually correct. And we want to install version 8 because this is .NET 8. Let's see if it finds a package. Here we go. That works. Okay. So now what we need to do is create a constructor, which also calls the base constructor. So we're going to go public Diamondstein polar context. Do we even need to call the base? I think so, because normally you pass DB context options, isn't it? I've got other examples of how I've done it before in here, I think. Core, where would it be now? DB context. Where's your constructor? Yes, you do pass DB context options. Just want that class name. Options, and then I believe that needs to go through to the base. Funny that it didn't complain that I never had this while it still allows this. So I guess the base also has two constructors, one with options, one without it, my assumption. You build web mostly with TypeScript. TypeScript's so awesome, too bad it doesn't run natively in browsers yet. Or I don't know if it ever will, but it would be great if it could. For like 4 years now, I've also built some CLI tools and worked with LUA and REST APIs using Python. Currently, I'm mostly interested in building AI agents. Okay, so you're also getting into the AI world. I have a big interest in AI, but I'm still very new to it. So I set up TensorFlow, and I've used like examples that people put online on how to train it for basic data sets. So one of the sets, for example, was a bunch of images of clothing. And then after you've trained it, you give it an image and tell it what piece of clothing is this. And it'll be like, oh, that's a shoe, or that's a pair of pants, or whatever. So yeah, I've been playing with that, but I'm still very new to it. I understand some of the learning methods like regression and categorization and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a big field, man, and it's very interesting. So also the demand right now, I think it's a really good industry to get into because there's a shit ton of demand for AI at the moment. But yeah, something I read that was also interesting from you there was you've got some CLI tools worked with LUA. Okay, yeah. So LUA, I actually used LUA in a computer game called Stormworks. I'm assuming you're also a gamer because this is Twitch, right? But yeah, I used LUA in a computer game called Stormworks where you can actually set up your own microcontrollers and you can program the logic. So you could say that if the throttle coming from your seat is, because reverse would be -1, forward would be +1. So you could actually map the -1 to 0 and 1. So you just need a bit of math and you write that in LUA and then it kind of like prevents it from going negative. That way your car will never reverse, stuff like that. So that's where I used LUA. So I'm also a bit familiar with it, but not like pro. But yeah, it's cool to know. It's welcome in. I like having developers here. I tend to do this stuff every like Monday, Tuesday. If I'm really into a project, I might do it Wednesday, and then Thursdays and Fridays I do gaming. But I also, some of the stuff I do, you'll see the table behind me has a 3D printer, oscilloscope, and some electronics. So I also do that from time to time. But right now I just want to finish this website project before I get back into my electronics projects. But okay, so we need the on configuring as well. So I'm going to copy this whole, I'm going to copy both of these methods. And then I'll just clean them up. Chuck them over there. Now, we are not going to use MySQL. We are going to use MySQL now. We just need the Pomelo package. So, manage NuGet packages. What's it called? Pomelo.entity framework core or some shit. This one, MySQL. Let's install that. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm very new to Twitch. I only started streaming, I think, like 4 or 5 months ago. So the growth has been a bit slow, but I would really appreciate follows and support. Trying to get affiliate, but once I hit affiliate, you'll see that all the like channel art and stuff I've got planned out, it's also going to be very tech related. So like tech based emojis, tech based what's it called, channel point icon and stuff like that. So yeah, it'll be great once I get there. Okay, so the use MySQL now works. Now we just need our connection string, which I'm also going to pass in via configuration. So I might as well add that in here as well. Go I configuration config. We're going to create a duplicate of this as a local variable. Underscore config. And then in here, we're going to assign it. Underscore config equals config. Should have actually given it the right name, so I don't have to replace these now. Oops, wrong button. Okay, so this used to be constants. In this case, I'm just going to use a string. This is the same. Oh shit. And then this. Do we even need this? We don't need this. We only need this if our migration is being run by a separate assembly, i.e. if this was a DLL, then we would have needed this, but we don't right now. Okay, so the connection string, I'm just going to call it default, because this app is only going to have one connection string. And then I also need to make sure the MySQL is actually up and running and responding. So if we go, what's that website? You Get Signal. You Get Signal. Oh, come on. Why is my resize handle missing? There it goes. So what I want to do is just port forward test and make sure my MySQL is actually still broadcasting. So I'm going to type my domain name, .co.za, and we're looking for 3306. If I remember correctly, that's the MySQL port. It's open. Okay, so my MySQL is accessible. We can actually test this. Where's my workbench? There it is. I don't really use local Docker anymore, so I'm just going to do this. Edit this one and change it. Digital.co.za, 3306 is fine. Was root my user? Did I use the root user? I don't think so. I think I blocked the root user. I was using a different user. Yeah, I did use a different user. I'm pretty sure this is the one. It never changed the username. Idiot. Admin. Works. Okay, cool. So that is the right password. So now if we connect, I don't know if I've got any DBs at the moment. I've got no running applications using a DB, do I? I actually do, but it's using SQL Server. It's not using MySQL. So yeah, we're good. We're safe. We can work around with these DBs. We can actually delete them for that matter. But before I do that, let me rather be safe than sorry. Where's that other thing I developed? I just want to make sure it's actually using SQL and not MySQL. Use SQL Server. Okay, yes. So we can delete all these. We don't need them. Can't hit the delete button, so you have to say drop. There we go. Okay. We're going to need to generate a connection string. I'm going to use the website for that. You can probably just copy this, because we don't have any special parameters. I don't think we have to worry about trusting the service certificate or anything like that. Maybe, but I doubt it. So let's try it without it. Okay. So the first thing is the server. It's going to be Okay, so I'm just going to copy this and quickly do the password off stream. So we're going to add a key into our app config called connection strings. Default was the one we were going to use. And then where's that password? There it is. Okay, that should do that. Now that that's done, we should be able to... That gets the connection string. Don't need migration assembly. Don't need any of this. Oops. So now we just need to add a table, which is going to store our Twitch token. Let me think about this for a moment. Actually, let me draw this. It's not going to go create that in my Google Drive, but it's fine. I'll delete it later. It's only temporary anyway. Okay. Let's think about this. So we're going to have a worker service. Jeez, can your text be any smaller? God, my eyes. And I told this monitor to be bigger, and now it's so freaking tiny. Didn't mean to hit save. I meant to hit Control A. Can I set the font size for all elements? I don't know if this sets it for all elements, but let's see. Okay, so we've got a worker service that is going to call a Twitch API. It's going to have a DB. How shall we show the Twitch API? Something like this, a little document icon. Oh, the text is small again. Can't you set the global font size somewhere? What if we deselect everything? No. Can't set the global font size. Maybe I just need to zoom in and shrink these things a bit. Okay, so naturally the worker service is going to have access to the database. It's going to do API calls. But now we need to figure out how our authentication works. Let's get a little arrow. Okay, so the first thing it's going to try and do, oops. Oh, that's actually fine. Oh, I don't know, it attaches if you have it selected, but now I do. So the first thing it's going to do is fetch channel info. Let's quickly look at our postman calls. So we have, do we need get users? We only need that once. And since I've already called it and got my user ID, I don't think I'll ever need this again. So I'm not going to do call get users. I'm just going to call get channel, search channel, get followers or whatever. Make this a bit bigger. Okay, so it's going to get the channel info. How could you do a conditional? Okay, yes, no. I don't think there really is anything like that. Grab a rectangle. Oops. Okay. So if the user is logged in, wait, actually, let's not use this arrow. Let's use the arrow with text. I think it's this one. No, wait, that one has source and target. This is what I want. Wait, what? Did I select the wrong? Selected the wrong label. Hold on. Let's zoom in a bit. There we go. And now I need to think for a second. So what we're going to do is as soon as the server starts up, we're immediately going to call the Twitch API with the stored token we have and everything like that. So if that token has expired, we're going to get an unauthenticated error. And then we want to switch over to like an event-driven scenario where it triggers authentication task and upon success comes back and calls itself again. Something like that, so that the actual task that it needed authentication for also completes after the authentication process. So it's kind of like a self-calling thing, which means getting channel info is a direct call to the Twitch API. Let's do this. Hold on. Delete this arrow for now. Detach this one. And then we'll map all the Twitch API calls like so. Wrong button. Damn it. Copy these, paste them. Onto that corner. There we go. Can actually do this. Make them straight. Okay, so it's get channel info, get follower info. Come on. Get follower info. Actually, I mean, for now, it's just follower count. But it sucks that we have to do it in two separate API calls. The third API call would be the actual authentication, which is get token. So you're going to need one more of these little balloons. That one and that one we're going to copy, paste. Come on. Ah, hitting the wrong buttons now. There we go. Like so. And this is going to be the get token, which is an unauthenticated endpoint. All the other endpoints are authenticated. This one is unauthenticated because it's the one responsible, unauthenticated, because it's the one responsible for authentication. Okay. So do something like that. Then all authenticated calls will follow that path. And let's actually move this one there. Copy, oops, copy, paste. Something like this. So any authenticated call, maybe we should color them just to show that they're unauthenticated. Where do you do that? Here. They change the look. Good enough. Oh man, I want to edit the text. There we go. Seems to be behaving very weird. Okay, so if it's logged in, you can edit an existing arrow and just add center points, can't you? How does this work again? You can change the line type over there, but I'm pretty sure there was a way to add like a... Oops, not what I wanted to do. Nope. Nope. I guess I'll just add more arrows. I was hoping I could add a center point. Okay, so the next arrow, if it is logged in, it's going to return whatever. Can you even attach arrows to each other? Guess so. But again, this is now just a straight arrow. I need... Where do you get those bendy arrows? I think you just got to change the line type, which means maybe if I just do it on this one... There we go. I don't know, it's behaving weird. I don't want it to do this. No. Why does it behave like this? How do I get it to lock? Wait. Maybe I need to place it and then move it. Let's give that a try. No, then it just behaves in the exact same way. I want to go down, not up, you dumbass thing. Wait, can't you do following and then just move this whole line up? No, it moves the whole thing. Pretty sure it gave me a way to actually... Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted. There we go. So you have to deselect the line, then you can actually move it. Like so. Haha. It's actually, I didn't even actually need to draw this, come to think of it, because it's such a simple process. My brain already knows exactly how I want to do it. But sometimes it does help visualizing it. API call. So any API call, it's going to follow this process where calls into the Twitch API. Let's do the following. Add a little cloud there and add another one over there. typing like my butt. Calls into Twitch. Oops, actually should not have done that. I should have just moved this one, unless it messes around again. This is going to behave weird. I don't like this. Can't move small increments now. It's jittering across the entire grid. That's annoying. Let's see if we can move that. Nope, that didn't work. There. Haha. Okay. That's information coming from Twitch. Oopsie. This information being pulled from Twitch. Let's also change this line type to that one, was it? Yes. Like that. Okay. So if it's authenticated, it returns the information. If it's unauthenticated, it gets the auth token. And then any calls into Twitch. Although I kind of documented this poorly because this get token is technically part of the worker service as well. It's going to be part of that functionality. That's just the API call for it. But it's fine. My brain knows what it needs to do. So I'm just going to finish this off. No, what are you doing? That's not what I wanted to do. This is what I want to do. Oops. I'm going to make this a zigzag kind of, or a curved one. So now I should be able to bend it. Oh, no, that's not behaving the way I wanted to. Maybe I need to move this one. Good enough? No, it's not good enough. It's ugly as shit. Fix it. Better. Still ugly as hell, but better. Okay. So this is the idea. The background service runs. Call it 5-minute interval. 5-minute intervals. Every 5 minutes, it runs, it pulls my channel info, it pulls the follower count. If it gets a 403, I think it's 403 unauthorized response, then it's going to come back, call the token, resume the call it was busy with before the unauthentication failure happened, and then returns the information. That's pretty much what it's going to do. It's actually like my brain actually conceptualizes the code easier than it does this freaking balloon chart, surprisingly, because I've written something like this before a number of times. But then, yeah, pretty much all the token gets stored in the DB. If it gets a new token, like it re-authenticates, it's going to update the one in the DB. The user ID or the broadcaster ID I need for these two API calls is going to be hard-coded, hard-stored. Don't ever need to fetch it again because I've already got it. So yeah, that's pretty much what this is going to do. But now that I've gone so far to draw it, I might as well actually give it a proper name. Twitch API worker service. Let's give it a proper name. There we go. Who's stream? Yo, that is loud. Ow. People doing jump scares. It's kind of funny. But anyway, okay, so we've got the idea now. Now we've got to go back and code it. But I don't think I'm going to be able to finish that tonight. So I think I'm going to call it a night for the stream. And then I'll continue with this. I want to continue tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to, though, because I also feel like playing some games. Let's see, is there someone to raid out to? Young King Kane is online again. Ichiro Chaotic Queen is online, although she's got higher viewership, so I think Young King Kane might need it more. Yeah, I think it's Young King Kane. Okay, let's do it. Let's raid. Thank you everyone for being here. Appreciate you all very much. I don't know if you would have learned much from the stream, but hopefully you did. Young King Kane. Yeah, he's playing Marvel Rivals, which is a pretty cool game. Okay. Good night, everyone. Have a good night. Have a good rest. Don't let the bedbugs bite. If they do, bite back. Okay. Gute Nacht.